Hey everyone, before we begin, today's video is sponsored by SimpliSafe. It's an incredibly effective, reliable home security system that will make sure that your home is safe, and the best part is that it's really intuitive to use. Here's some of my favorite items: the home-based video doorbell, SimpliCam, and the smart lock. The install of these does not take long at all, and immediately and significantly increases the security of your home. Your home is professionally monitored 24/7, and if anything happens, they'll make sure the police get called. They have very fair and affordable prices at only 50 cents a day with no contracts. It's equipped for worst case scenarios such as losing power or Wi-Fi, or even if the system is attacked. You can grant access from anywhere, keep track of who comes and goes, and much more. So go visit simplysafe.com/MatthewSantoro right now by clicking the link in the description and start securing your home today, because who couldn't use more peace of mind? Now on to the video. You've probably heard the expression, 2 heads are better than 1. Well, what about 330 million heads? That's how many people use the American social news aggregation, web content rating, and discussion website known as Reddit. When something mysterious hits this network of communities, some of these users band together and take on the challenge. And sometimes those users bring forth incredible results. These are 10 mysteries solved by Redditors. Number 10 is Nigma Sonitus. Back in 2013, a man got something quite strange in the mail and decided to post the content immediately on Reddit. What he got was a CD with a playlist and a police report. When he played the CD, he realized that one of the audio files contained hidden GPS coordinates, which led to an abandoned factory in Tampa, Florida. When Redditors started commenting about what they knew of this property and speculating why it could possibly be significant, a mysterious and creepy user account started responding to these comments. People lost their minds over the whole thing and were determined to figure out who is behind it and why. Eventually, they determined that it was all viral marketing for the band Nigma Sonitus from Florida, a group of performance noise artists whose members remain unknown. Number 9 is Ring Thing. Pretty much any young person with an imagination for adventure dreams of exploring and finding lost or buried treasures. But in the case of one Reddit user, that thrilling dream became a reality. As a youth in the mid to late 1990s, they came across a golden ring in a grocery store parking lot. The piece of jewelry was engraved with AB&P 14K and FLP RMC 91917, all along the inside of the ring. After keeping the ring for about 20 years, they took to Reddit in hopes that they could get help finally locating the ring's rightful owner. Soon after posting, another user uncovered a marriage certificate matching the engraving and the date on the ring. Further research revealed the initials stood for Frank Philip Liston and Ruby Marie Crisp, who are both sadly deceased. Number 8 is Frame 394. A 28-year-old cinematographer from Toronto, Ontario named Daniel Voschmart managed to entangle himself in one of America's most high-profile police-involved mysteries. It all started in April of 2015 when the Redditor first saw shaky cell phone video footage of an unarmed man, Walter Scott, falling to the ground after being taken down by Officer Michael Slager, who moments later apparently planted and then retrieved what looked like a taser next to Scott's body. After weeks of watching this clip, he noticed something in the 394th frame that had him reaching out to the FBI and ballistics experts. It was evidence that could have potentially saved Slager from facing a life sentence. Voschart refused a retainment offer from the ex-officer's lawyer, and the case eventually concluded without using Voschart as an expert witness. Number 7 is an earworm. Have you ever heard a song you liked so much, you quickly pull out your phone to figure out what it is? Well, what if that song is so obscure that even the internet doesn't know? This was the case with a new wave song from the 80s that no one could identify. Dubbed "Stay" by fans, the song had been ruminating on message boards and Reddit, but stumped everyone for years. The song's origin was muddied and lost in time. All that was known was that it was recorded at a German radio station between 1984 and 1986. Finally, a Redditor named Stefan, who worked for a Swedish radio show, recognized the song, revealing that it was by an artist named Johan Lindell. The show interviewed Lindell, discovering that "Stay" was really called "Up on the Roof" and was from his 1985 album Ghost Rider. Number 6 is A858. In 2011, a previously unused Reddit account began posting seemingly random strings of numbers and text in a new subreddit that it created. To the casual eye, there wasn't much to see as it shared the same unreadable set of numbers and letters as its moderator. But soon enough, Redditors saw those strings of characters and decided that it was a code, and a dedicated group of users began trying to crack it. The creator of A858 was aware of the growing attention and began dropping hints, jokes, and words of encouragement. One post even featured an encrypted image of Stonehenge, referencing a comment that had called the puzzle the Stonehenge of Reddit. Some believe A858 to be a piece of art using the digital world as its canvas. Though the codes have been solved, the reason for them still remains unknown. Number 5 is Alien Abduction. In 2013, Reddit user TramStopDan began to document his experience digging through a box he found in the trash. Inside, he found beautifully hand-rendered illustrations of heavenly four-headed creatures, along with technical drawings of UFOs, personal belongings, and a handwritten note about what was either an extraterrestrial invasion or some kind of government cover-up. There were even some non-patented drawings of train wheels and hand-drawn maps from the late 1930s. In 2014, another Redditor tracked down 85-year-old Elmer Arbov, who was the nephew of Daniel Christensen, the guy behind the box. Arbov said that his uncle was obsessed with the Book of Ezekiel and felt a tremendous need to create based on his thoughts about it. Many agree that Christensen probably suffered from schizophrenia. Number 4 is an extension cord enigma. We all need our privacy, somewhere that we are free from the gaze of others in order to relax and feel at ease. But in April of 2013, one user realized his privacy had been destroyed after an extension cord in his own dorm room suddenly blew up. Upon taking it apart, he found that inside was a strange series of small wires and a SIM card. He posted pictures of it to a subreddit, where one commenter provided a link to a device sold on Amazon that looked like what he had found. It turned out to be a surveillance device, which allowed someone to secretly listen to any noise in the room. He contacted the bug's manufacturer, asking for more information, but they told him that they'd need a warrant. While we now know what the device was, we still don't know what it was doing there. Very creepy. Number 3 is Meathead asking for help. In 2013, Reddit user Meathead posted an image of a broken headlight that came off a car that had been involved in a hit and run. He asked for any help that might lead to the possibility of identifying the driver. It didn't seem like much to go on, seeing as that it was just a piece of a headlight, but 400 Reddit comments poured in, and eventually, one Reddit user left the following comment. "That was a tough one. It took me a minute to figure it out. That light came off a 1990 Cadillac Broom." That comment received hundreds of upvotes almost instantly, so Meathead took his new information to the police, and they were able to match it to a stolen vehicle. Thanks to this lead, they not only recovered the stolen vehicle, but were able to identify the thief, who had also committed the hit and run and pressed charges. Number 2 is Cicada 3301 Puzzle. Between 2012 and 2014, a cryptic message began appearing once a year on message boards across the internet. Claiming to seek highly intelligent individuals, the Cicada 3301 puzzle challenged visitors to find a secret message hidden in an image that accompanied it. Joel Eriksson, a 34-year-old crypto security researcher and Redditor from Sweden, was one of the few people who actually solved it since the first challenge appeared online. To this day, nobody has publicly taken credit for these puzzles, but Cicada must be the work of more than one person, with some hefty resources at that. So far, physical artifacts from the group have appeared in 8 nations and 11 US states. It has bought phone numbers, paid for server uptime, and offered something to the winners which has earned their silence. And number 1 are carbon copies. In 2016, Reddit user Bradbury1920 described finding mysterious post-it notes around their home with handwriting on them that they didn't recognize. The user had even set up a webcam to solve the mystery, but discovered that the footage had been deleted and the computer's trash emptied. They found no other signs of a break-in, but they were obviously disturbed and asked Reddit for help. A fellow Redditor commented that it was possible that it was Bradbury1920 who was writing the notes and forgetting about them, stating that headaches and memory loss were possible signs of exposure to carbon monoxide. After reading this, Bradbury1920 put up a carbon monoxide detector and discovered dangerous amounts of it in their home. They sought medical attention and had the issue addressed, and no more notes ever appeared. Thank you to everyone for subscribing to my channel, and a very special thanks to all of my channel members, especially the ones you see on your screen right now. All of you help keep my channel going. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.